guys, it's Kelly. Today we're going to work on a sleeve placket of the Classic Oxford. So as you can see here, I have my sleeve placket piece. That is a tongue twister. I have the fold lines marked. I transferred them to my fabric piece and I've already pressed it the way the tutorial describes. And then I have lined up the sleeve placket piece with the sleeve with the markings from the pattern piece. You want the wrong side of the sleeve against the right side of the placket piece. So next you're going to sew along the stitch lines of the placket piece. And I did that on the other sleeve already. So you can see here it's stitched right there. And then you're going to cut through on this slash line. You're going to follow that guide and cut through both the sleeve and the placket piece. Clip, get in really close, Jill. You want to clip as close as possible. You want to clip as close as possible to that stitch line. Do not clip through the stitch line or you will have a hole. So after you do that, you're going to take it, turn your sleeve over, pull the placket through that slash, just like so. And if you get some little, see how it's a little crease there? You're going to have to pull it tight a little bit and press it. And press along all the fold lines. But be careful to not press out the creases that you made before attaching it. So you want that nice and pressed. Pressing is your friend. That is what's going to give you professional results. So now we have this seam allowance. You're going to take that, fold it towards the placket, and press well. Really, really well. Make sure to get the placket nice and creased also. Now, refold the placket along the lines where you've already pressed it. So we're going to fold there and fold there. And that encloses that raw edge. Now press really well. Really, really well. Just like that. Now we're going to take it over to the machine. We're going to stitch down this edge and then across the top right there. So I'm going to go over here. I like to start at the bottom. Get in real close, Jill. No, they don't need to see that. That's my stitch length. Whenever I top stitch, I lengthen the stitch length. It helps keep the fabric from puckering and pulling. Gives you nicer results, all that jazz. Just go right along there. You can kind of see. I line up this folded edge with that inside lip of the presser foot. I use that as my guide to keep things nice and straight. With the needle dropped, you're going to rotate, drop the needle again, and so right across the top there. Alright, sorry, it's black stitching, but you can see there where my stitches are. Now we're going to go back to the ironing board. I wish there was a way to pause that. Alright, stop! Okay, now we're going to repeat on this side. You're going to take that seam allowance, we're going to be encasing this side. Press well. Now refold along those press marks. Now, some of my pressings have come out. Okay, so fold, fold. It's going to line up with that stitch. It's going to cover it up. Press that well. And now you can see where we pressed it against the 45. I'm going to refold that. Do you hear that? Do you hear that? That is my husband sneaking my camera girl peanut butter cup eggs. Guys. Hi, welcome to my life. Alright, now press really, 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 really well. Again, press. Okay. You see how everything is hidden? You're going to see? Beautiful. Okay, we're going to go over to the machine. We're going to stitch down through the sleeve across there. We're going to stitch across top, go down. We're going to go across the top. When we go across the top, that's going to encase all of that raw edge under there. Like that. First, we need to stitch down this side. We are not going to stitch through the sleeve. We will pull this up and stitch down that side. So, come on. Stop! Alright, so like I said, I've moved the sleeve out of the way. You can see that. We're just sewing through the placket. All the way down. Okay, so now we've sewn down, come over here. We've sewn down that side. Now we're going to return the placket where we want it. And stitch through the shirt. And see, we're not stitching through this piece. We are just stitching through this side of the shirt. Take your time, don't rush it, go all the way down. Okay, and drop the needle and pivot it. And now we're going to be sewing the top. Okay. Go down. Alright, now I like to go down where we previously stitched. Now this is where we're going to go across and catch the top of that placket to hold it into place. Now we're going to sew diagonally up to create that barn door look. Barn door stitch. Now go across the top. And now back diagonally. Now depending on your kid, this stitch can get a lot of use and abuse. So I like to go over it one last time to make sure, and then I back stitch all the way across it too, to make sure that's really in place. So you can see here we have a pretty placket. Everything's enclosed. From the back side we have pretty stitching, a couple threads to clip, but everything is enclosed. There are no raw edges. That is how you sew the sleeve placket for the Classic Oxford. Thanks guys!